Today I rise not only in opposition to this budget, but in absolute disbelief that we are once again expected to sign off billions for a department that has become a provincial embarrassment. The Gauteng Department of Infrastructure Development plays a pivotal role in delivering services to our residents. But unfortunately, they have lost the plot. Schools, clinics, hospitals and libraries do not just appear out of thin air. It is the responsibility of our government to provide these services. What do we get instead is a department that has been riddled for years by incompetence, mismanagement and a lack of accountability to deliver on these services. They have received a budget of 3.6 billion for the 25-26 financial year. Yes, they are very good at spending the money, but MEC fail on delivering on the KPIs. The MEC has rarely attended any of our committee meetings. The head of department is almost permanently missing in action. How are we expected to exercise oversight when those responsible for the budget hide behind the Premier's meetings instead of attending scheduled committee meetings? The truth is, this department couldn't manage a building block set, let alone a multi-billion rand infrastructure portfolio. Project after project runs over budget, gets delayed, or collapses entirely. Contractors are terminated midstream. Contracts are retendered repeatedly, and when projects are finally completed, they're often defective and unusable. A prime example of this is Lakeside Primary School, where 53 million rand has been spent on this school. But instead of a new and improved school, it is now worse than when the project first started. That is nothing short of a criminal negligence. Suddenly, the department is now dusting off the Kopanang precinct project, a major project meant to consolidate provincial buildings in this Joburg CBD. On paper, it sounds promising. Under this current leadership, it is almost certainly doomed to be another money pit. The same old story is playing out. There are no timelines, no transparency, and no trust. The cynic in me, and I believe many of us feel the same way, sees a future of bloated budget, legal dispute, cancelled contractors, and buildings that will never open. All this while basic maintenance across government properties is almost non-existent. We are meant to uphold the standards set out in the government's Immovable Asset Management Act. However, clinics are crumbling, offices are mold-infested, and public servants work in disgraceful conditions. Maintenance budgets are slashed or deferred, and time by time, repairs are done when the costs have doubled. Furthermore, 41 million is spent on consultants, 22.7 million spent on clothing and accessories. But these clothing accessories are, we don't know. 640 million is spent on leasing offices, while properties owned by the state sit vacant and decaying. Tenants, including government officials, are defaulting on rent with no consequence. The department is hemorrhaging funds because it cannot perform the basic financial management tasks. The cherry on top is GDID wanting to hand over power of attorney to the Gauteng Infrastructure Financing Agency to manage strategic provincial assets. That's like handing your house keys back to the bank manager and asking him to fix the roof. Speaker, in the absence of a structured vision for this Department of Infrastructure, just allocating and adding budget without fixing what is wrong won't fix the problem. It will only exacerbate an already rotten department. Until we see competent leadership where project management is more than a buzzword, until Gauteng Infrastructure Department starts working for the people, not against them until the department employs officials who are competent enough to properly manage infrastructure projects. We cannot support this budget. Thank you.